Hello there and welcome to my channel. This is Non-Gone and today we're going to be playing Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. This is a full speed plat run of this game. So we'll be getting all of the trophies. This was a top time on the PS3 version. This run was 59 hours and 47 minutes. That is the top time on PSN profiles for this particular thing. The first two videos in this playlist are kind of an overview about how to do it and how to route it. The second video is kind of how to do it a little better. The reason for that is that the PlayStation 3 version is no longer attainable as a platinum. The servers closed on May 31st. 2022. That renders infiltrations and then the intruder trophy unavailable, and you wouldn't be able to do it fast now anyway, because you also can't get resources anywhere near as fast as you used to be able to invading bases. That being said, there's still a PS4 version out there, so I feel like this video is a little appropriate for that if you want to try and run a speed plat on that one. The current record is quite a bit better than what this run was. It's 47 hours, so you'd have to shave 12 hours off of this. Believe me when I say there is ample time to do such a thing. So I'll kind of show you the places where I think you could do it. And another thing that I do have to disclose here is that the video you see from here on out will be the PS4 version. I recorded all 59 hours during my run, and I don't know what happened, but when I got done and went to start editing it, there was only 45 minutes of video out of that entire playthrough. The rest was gone. The 45 minutes I have is all choppy and cut up. It's almost unwatchable. And it is me failing over and over and over at one of the mission objectives in chapter 14. So it's not even good video. It's complete wasted time. So I apologize for that. I don't know what happened, but I decided I'm going to go ahead and try and recreate that playthrough. I chose the PS4 version because the servers are still up and a lot of the resource progression will mirror what had happened on the PS3. So if you ever do try to do this, this will be a pretty good accurate representation of where you'll be at money-wise and resource-wise at certain points in the game. So you can adjust accordingly. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing you want to think about in a speed run is, or in a speed plat, is how much of the game can you get done before the first trophy pop. Since you're not on the clock, you can take your time and do it right. In this case, the game forces you into this prologue mission. This is the very last part of it where you're fighting the man on fire. There are two optional tasks, so you get a trophy for completing the prologue mission. So there's not a whole lot you can do as far as game progression goes before the first trophy pops, but there are two mission tasks for this mission. And because it's a 20-minute mission and this is the very end, you really, really want to make sure you get these two tasks without having to replay this mission, because it just costs you 20 seconds each time you do it. The first one's easy. It's don't trigger reflex mode in the hospital, and you can easily do that by disabling reflex mode in your options menu. So you're all set there. The second one is this, and this is to not allow him to get a shot off. And there's a lot of controversy about what counts. Like, I didn't take any damage there, and so that shot, I think, kind of always gets off, but it still doesn't count. So even though he fired his little thing, I think it's all right. Mostly just kind of keep peppering him with shots, keep him at bay. Don't do what I just did there. You see he got another shot off there, but I think he missed, so it should count. And that's basically all I can say about this. At this point, it's just a cutscene. You can relax. He's not going to get you. So you definitely want to do that. When it goes to black right here, it should say task completed 1, task completed 2. If it does not do that, stop your game immediately and go back to your save point that you made right there in the hospital. This is very important that you do this, because the trophy will pop if you don't, and then the time starts and you have to redo this mission. And you see on this one that we did it without triggering reflex mode, and we completed the mission without allowing the man on fire to attack. So that being said, we're going to go ahead and start mission 1 here, and I'm going to be a lot more direct and a lot more brief. I want to keep this to 2 or 3 hours for the entire playthrough, so I'm going to have to start cutting some stuff. But yeah, basically, I'll tell you whatever I think is important as we go. I'm replaying this and doing live commentary, so you know, we'll. I might get a little distracted as I'm trying to play or pay attention to something, but for the most part, we should be good to go. So I will see you in a moment. Okay, so after the tutorial, you skip the cutscene. I'm going to suggest that you come up here and grab the rough diamonds. It is a mission task. I think it's right up here. Yeah. It takes just a few minutes, and you'll see it says completed mission task 1 of 6. That's what you want to be seeing when you're doing mission tasks. Once you do that, the reason I suggest you get that is because, first of all, it's right there. And second of all, it's probably the only time in the game you're going to need money. So you might as well grab it. You need to anyway. Don't worry about S-ranking this mission. You know, each mission you have to complete it, which we're going to try and do quickly. You have to S-rank it, which we're going to try and do first on most of the missions, because once you do that, you can use like cheaty kind of stuff, and that makes things go a lot easier. And then you have to get all the mission tasks, which is also a lot easier when you're using stuff like the chicken hat and the stealth camo. But anyway, that's pretty much our plan. This one doesn't count. You don't really need an S rank here. You have to do this again to completion anyway, because you got to do something that you don't have access to just yet. These first few missions are kind of like that. Anyway, go straight to the village here that was yellow on your map during the tutorial. Okay, once you get to this bridge, you want to turn a little bit left, and then immediately hit X to go to the right side of your horse. And don't be in a hurry here. There's a guy right up there, and it is broad daylight, so he can see you a lot. So just kind of pop down here, come up this way, this little rock, and switch to your pistol. There are a couple. Oh, I almost forgot. I always forget this. Go back into your options and turn reflex mode back on, for crying out loud. Reflex mode will save you so much drama and so much trouble, because you're basically, it gives you like a free pass to headshot people without causing an alert. And we turned it off for that optional objective in mission 2. Okay. So then there's only 3 guys to worry about. If you cause a ruckus here, it is not the worst thing. You can kill all 12 people in this compound without a whole lot of trouble. There, reflex mode, best friend. Right? Pop, done. And resources are kind of important at the moment. They will not be very, like, in about 2 hours they won't be, but yeah. So we're going to sneak right in here. We're going to come right in here and get this fella. And skip the cutscene and go right back out the way we came. And we took out 2 of the 3 people that can see you. So we should be safe. But every once in a while you get spotted again. Not a big deal. Just run over here to your horse. My wife likes to call him Bartholomew, so we're going to go with that. All right. And see, we got spotted right as we were in an uncomfortable position. Doesn't matter. Just get out of there. Go to the area. And once you do that, you'll get a fog scene, and then the area will change. Just ride your horse to the other location. I'll pick you up then. So we've extracted Colonel Miller. We took him to the one place, and then met the skulls and had to take him to the other helicopter location. We did S-rank that last mission. You don't have to. Like I said, we barely did. It's all based on time and getting caught, and we did get caught, but we barely made it. We're now into the second mission. Once he gives you the Fulton device, you actually can ignore him for a minute and start extracting soldiers. In other words, you don't have to wait for him. So you just kind of go over here. The reason we're doing this is if you get, I think, 2 or 3 soldiers, then when he makes you do the tutorial on building the cardboard box, you can skip a bunch of steps of that tutorial because your R&D is already there. So he just keeps telling you, hang on, all that stuff. So go ahead and pull about 4 people. And then just wait for him to chat. Okay, so you see how you were able to just go straight into the cardboard box instead of going back out and extracting. Once you get that, then basically your mission is complete at that point. But there are a few mission tasks that are additional. And the way you do that is you stick around, and I think you have to choke out a person and then also punch them until they get knocked out, and then Fulton extract them. So basically what I'm going to do is, as soon as this box drops down and I take it, which is right here, then I'm immediately going to try it out because he says to do it, and just hit square to get out. And then I'm immediately going to go in and call the helicopter as soon as I'm allowed. All right, so this came up where it says to pick up the helicopter. Go ahead and call it in, but don't leave just yet. Okay. All right, so we called the chopper, but we're not leaving on the chopper just yet. What you want to do is come back over here and wait for him to say, let's practice your CQC. And then you just go R2 and then just keep tapping R2 to choke him out. And go ahead and hold down triangle to Fulton extract him. And then see how it says mission task 4 of 5. The 5th one is to punch him like that. Extract him. And as soon as it says 5 out of 5, you can get in the chopper. Okay. Yeah, there we go. All right. So that's it. Hop in the chopper. Mission 2 is done. There is no rank for this mission. This is one of 2 that has no rank. The 5 out of 5 optional tasks are done as well. So you're completely finished with mission 2. Don't ever have to redo it. Don't get used to that. We're going to have to redo like 35 of the 52 missions. You have to do them multiple times. So anyway, we'll see you in mission 3. Okay, so we are done with mission 2. Before we go into mission 3, so that's going to give us tutorials. Get used to this too. All right, so that's fine. And before we do that, though, we're going to go into the development. And remember I said about getting those diamonds? This is why. We want to buy this raspberry, or not, sorry, I'm sorry, the Renoff ICK sniper rifle. This will develop immediately. It doesn't have a waiting period, which is good, but rare. We want to go ahead and equip it. We want to buy the C4, and we also want to go ahead and equip that. And then we want to go ahead and start buying whatever we can. My rule on development is buy everything you can unless it costs more than 1,000 of fuel, common metal, or biological materials. You should be able to get to 300 developed by abiding by that rule. You should be able to do it without ever running out of money. And the only exception to that is if it's something you really want to use, which there's only like 10 things we're going to use in our entire playthrough. But if it's one of those, spend the resources, because 4,000 common metal can be gotten back really easy. But shortchanging yourself on a auto-guided 8 rocket launcher is a dumb thing to do to save on resources, because ultimately all we care about is speed. That's going to be the fastest way, is to have the weapons, take 2 minutes to go get the resources. Anyway, that's enough of that. We equipped ourselves. We're going to jump into mission 3. Make sure you go at night. So here's mission 3, and this is going to bring up the so you want to go in at this area. This is going to bring up the loadout place where you can select everything. We have our sniper rifle equipped. That's good. We have our C4 equipped. I'm also going to get rid of the Phantom Cigar. So we couldn't use it anyway. We don't have enough of the roots or whatever it is that we need just yet, but we'll get there. We'll start getting them as rewards. But there's no reason to take stuff if you don't need it. And we certainly only need the Phantom Cigar like twice in the whole game. So there's no reason to keep spending that money every time you leave. But the cardboard box, definitely. The C4 hand grenade magazine. I don't know what the flare grenade's doing there. That must be a PS4 thing. I'm going to get rid of it because I didn't need it before. I don't know why I need it now. So, yeah, so that's basically it. And I don't know why the secondary weapon was the Burkoff as well. That's maybe, oh, you know what? I was just developing these and hitting the button. My bad. So anyway, make your loadout look like this. And we're going to go in and do it at night, which is 1800. Make sure you use the lower of the two in drop zones. Okay, so when you drop in for mission 3 at night, jump on your horse. Just head to the marked location here, the yellow square. That is actually the sniping point that you want to be at for this mission. We will not be able to get all the optional tasks, and that's fine, but we're going to do it really super quick and get one optional task that's mutually exclusive. So just head right over here to this rock. Select your sniper rifle. And because you're at night, he's going to come out of this door right here. 2 body shots is fine. You don't have to headshot him. It just has to be from more than 100 meters, which this will be more than sufficient. Okay. He's done. And here's a little trick for you. If you whistle your horse while you're sprinting and continue to do it, he will run right up alongside of you, and you can press triangle and jump right on. We're going to escape right out this road. Sometimes there's a Jeep coming, so try to avoid that if you can. And we're just going to head straight this way, and that's it. So we've escaped and completed the mission. And as you can see, we did it so fast. We're going to do a lot of these like this. We did it so fast, we'll get an S rank. Okay, so once we're done here, instead of going back to the chopper and back up there, we are actually going to do a couple of little side things. First thing we're going to do is this side objective here. When you're on your way to this side op, you want to listen very carefully as you cross back over the road for barking. When you hear the barking, you want to stop because that is going to be D-Dog. And you want to pick him up and extract him right now before you do your next side op. This is a little trick because we're going to be managing cutscenes. Cutscenes with D-Dog force you back to Mother's Base, so you don't have to get in the chopper. It just teleports you right there. So by taking a little extra time and getting the dog right now, you will actually start the clock on your cutscene. See, there he is. And then, yeah, then don't leave until... There you go. When he says, Roger that, we'll pick him up. That's when you want to go ahead and go. So the reason we're doing that, we're forcing the order of the cutscenes so that it teleports us instead of making us go to helicopters when we want to. More importantly, it will not teleport us at the end of Mission 9, which we do not want because it ends right at the start of the next mission. So the last thing you want to do is waste time going back to the chopper and have even more loading screens. So... All right, so we're doing our first side op here. There are 3 individuals that we got to take out at this little outpost. And so we're just going to come right around here. And headshot, and we can actually reflex mode the other 2 if we have to. We don't have to, not this time. Okay. So they're all down. Go ahead and extract all 3 of them like this. And we'll get a couple of trophies, as you can see. Okay. So as soon as he tells us that, then we're going to go into the mission list and we're going to start mission 4. And again, we're going to sprint. Sorry, I'm still used to the L1, R1 commands from PS3 version. So bear with me as I accidentally target people. But yeah, we're going to get back on our horse. This is one of the few missions we're going to start from the open world. I don't recommend this. I recommend dropping in at certain LZs, but gosh, it's just so close. It's right here. It would take far longer than that to come back down in the chopper anyway. And I mean, it's just right here. So go ahead and run on over here and start the mission. So once mission 4 starts, you want to go ahead and run right straight towards the checkpoint that'll be coming up here in a minute, the yellow square. You don't have to mark anything on your map or pause the game or anything. Okay, you want to stick to the rocks as much as you can, and when you come up right around here where it gets real close to the road like that, you want to head right into the cliff face, and there's a crack that you want to climb. You can see it right there in front of us. Eventually, all this stuff will be marked on your map as your intel team gets better. But for now, you're just going to have to memorize where that is. Or if you're not in a hurry, of course, you can take a little more time and just walk around until you find it. Now, once you get up here, you're going to be confronted by a couple of gray wolves, I believe they are. And I just go ahead and get attacked. It doesn't take that long. It doesn't cause any damage, and it's a lot easier than trying to shoot them in the dark. Then we'll just go ahead and extract them. Number 1, it gets them out of the way. Number 2, you can cross off your first animal of the 47 you need. And I'm going to try and watch and make sure that's the gray wolf. I'm not 100% sure, but yes. Okay, so as you're doing that, go ahead and run up this little cliff face here. There's some diamonds there, and that is 1 of 6 for the mission tasks. We also care about plants at the moment, but not that much, so get what you can. Next thing you got to do is mark the 3 towers. 1 dish is there. You see it? 1 dish is right here. They're satellite dishes that you're looking for. And the 3rd one is over here to the left. Again, we're going to pick up some of these. Okay. And you'll see mission task number 2 comes up. Next thing we're going to do is drop down. Hopefully not right on some poor guy, but it sure was. That's okay. He's by himself. And just choke him out real quiet if you have to. I wouldn't even try to extract him. They can see the balloons. We're not even trying to get that smoke right now. So there's a lot of guys in here, and you do not want to be messing around. So switch to your C4. Plant 2 C4s right here. Get right back out. Don't even try to get nothing. This is a dangerous area. They can see in the windows and all sorts of stuff. Crawl right over here. I know people can see you, but that's okay. Put 2 more C4s right here, and then get out of town. They're probably coming to investigate, and hopefully you can crawl right up here and not get spotted. If you do, you can break jail and just run. We're ultimately going to do that in a minute anyway, but I wanted to at least get up here. So if you hold down the aim button and then triangle, that will detonate your C4. Boom. Okay. 3, 4, and it's saying get out. So that's what we want. And we are also going to leave this mission on foot. Using our little trick for D-Horse again. It kind of takes a while for him to get here because he's crawling over the rocks just like you are. But there we go. So we're out of mission 4. And this is what I talked about because you picked up the dog, it's going to pull you back to Mother Base. So if you had called a chopper and waited, you would have wasted that time. So just a heads up there. Okay, after 5 more minutes of cutscenes and another tutorial, call your chopper again to pick you up right here. Do it as quickly as possible. Then while you're waiting, go ahead and take a shower. Get in the habit of doing this whenever you're on Mother Base. Showering increases the reflex time that you get. I think it increases your health recovery rate too, but like you're kind of fragile for a while in this, so it doesn't really matter what your health recovery rate is. If you're losing health, you're probably going to die anyway. So the real trick to this speeding through this game is to know where to run to not get noticed. So pay attention to that. You'll be fine. And we're going to go right back in, and we're going to go right into Mission 5. And we're going to pick the southern load-in spot. Yep, we definitely don't need anything else. Just go ahead and go ASAP. And once you drop in, you're going to head for the yellow square again. Excuse me. This is the game does a pretty good job of telling you where to go on a lot of things. So when you get to this valley, take a left and go under that bridge. There's some guards up the hill there, and we're going to come in the side. So the path for 5, again, we're just trying to do it as quickly as possible. We're going to get a couple of optional objectives just because they happen to be on the way. But you just want to come right up here. And right there will be the crack that you want. Go hop on out and climb up. Make sure you got your woozy pistol out. At least that's what I call it. You can call it whatever you want, as long as it's your tranquilizer. And we're going to run like this. The path I find... so Snake has some weird knees in this. The path I found is to kind of follow the bushes. That'll get you up the little cracks here. Once you get here, start going slow. And hopefully you can turn the corner. There should be a guy up in this little area. And there's not. And I'm not 100% sure why. I think that might be him right there. Not a big deal. We're just going to keep going. There's a guy here. And if you can tranquilize him, you definitely want to. And then the big fella is this guy right around here. And he's gone as well. I think it's because I came in the daytime. I think he's right in here. Yep. All right. So we're going to make liberal use of our reflex mode and headshot him. Again, grab any tapes you can. You get rewards for that. And the cassette tapes, we're only using them for the online rewards. So the more of those you get certain like resources and stuff, depending on the percentage. But anyway, grab this guy and throw him down right here. And it should say 100% chance of extraction. That's what you want. The optional task is to extract him through that hole. And we have just done that. Now we need to just get out of here. And my way of going quickly without causing alerts is to do the flop. I really only do this when I'm not sure what's behind me. You are partially vulnerable in that fraction of a second while you're standing, but as long as you're diving, you are 100% stealth. It's the same as if you're crawling, but you do it a lot faster. So just a little pro tip on that. Anyway, run back to your horse and escape the same direction we're going right now. Escape on your horse and stay in the open world for the next mission. Okay, so after more loading screens, we're going to end up right here. Go into your map and go to the next thing. I'd put the dot a little bit this way on there because we want to stay left of that bridge and go down in the canyon. As we're riding, though, I wanted to let you know. So we got S rank on that, and we got like 2 out of 5 optional tasks. We will get the other 3 the next time we play. when we have the stealth camo. Because we got S rank, we can literally just run in there and grab what we need. And as soon as the mission task updates, we can quit and it'll count. So it makes it super fast. It's like 1 minute to get those other 3 things. You're going to want to get used to that a lot. So when you get to this canyon, I jump off the horse just to be safe. I've died by falling down with the horse before, and that's not good for you or the horse. There's cracks all along here, so go ahead and climb them. We put our marker down towards kind of the left or south, I think, of that area. We're going to do another side op here. It's right here, so we might as well do it. You can climb this area. They're actually right up on that cliff side. So head around and back up this cliff, and you will sneak up right on these 3 guys right here. I don't know if you can see them on this. All right, and we're just going to go ahead and charge this guy. I don't think he can shoot us quick enough. Yeah, okay. So take out all 3 of these guys and extract them. And always wait for Ocelot to say something like, you're going to extract him, or some indication that all the people that you Fultoned have arrived at base. And as soon as you get that indication, go ahead and hit select and return to the ACC. Get used to that. That's the quickest way to get back to selecting missions and stuff. Because if you call a chopper, it's like a minute before they get there, and then another loading screen, and then you're back where you started anyway. Just quit to ACC. It'll take you right back there and save all of your progress. So, and then we're going to accept all of our challenge tasks. These will only spawn if you're online, so make sure you're online. You see, that gives you a whole pile of stuff. And a whole nother trophy, and you're getting up to level 9. And then we're going to go in and we're going to develop whatever we can until we run out of money. And again, I like to look at the things that that I know I want first. And always upgrade your Fulton when you can. Always upgrade your mobility when you can. Always upgrade your scope when you can. This is stuff that's all equipped all the time, and it's extraordinarily helpful. So, and in this case, we actually have enough for a flare grenade, so let's go ahead and do it. Or a flare grenade, a rocket launcher. That's further down the list, but you're going to need it in a bit anyway, so you might as well. Okay, so we're down to about $100,000. That's about as far as I want to go. So back into the mission list, and we're going to do something a little weird. We're going to go to R1 and go to free roam in Afghanistan. And we're going to go all the way to this top right area by Dasmazi Laman. I call it Nazli Lamak. Anybody that's been to Malaysia will know what I'm talking about. So we're going to head to, when you get out of the chopper in that area, we're going to head to Dasmazi Laman. And there's a little crack in the cliff right there that you can sneak in the back here. Again, we care about plants for the time being, only for about 2 more hours. Go ahead and drop down right here. And you can run until about right there. And then you might want to start flopping. We are headed for this gun encampment right here. I'm not sure. Yeah, okay, I can see it on this screen. For some reason, my TV is playing awful dark tonight, but you can see it on the video, so we're just going to go with it. So get right up to this gun and place 2 C4s right on there. And then head for this little orange thing. And if you get spotted, that is fine. Go ahead and go full risk and just get everything you need. You're going to be quitting out of here in a second anyway. So the reason we're doing this is first of all, that invoice, there's 21 of those, and you definitely want to get those. There's a radar tower right here, and there's one at pretty much every place of significance. When you disable that, you are allowed to land your chopper in the hot zone, and we want to do that for mission 6. The anti-aircraft gun is a bonus, so we're going to blow this up. And as soon as it says destroyed anti-radar, it looks like we're good. We're going to go ahead and return to the ACC. So the reason we're doing that is that Mission 6 starts you way, way down the road. Way down the road if you use the other end spot. There's a bunch of optional tasks that you can get at the mountain base on the way, but it's a lot harder with just like 8 tranquilizer bullets instead of coming back later with way better gear. Also, in between that base and where you got to go for this mission, you are... Oh, here's the challenge task list. I already cleared it. So I did that before the tutorial. But anyway, in between the mountain relay base and Desmazi Le Mans, you have to shoot down a chopper, and you have nothing really at this point in the game. I guess I do have a rocket launcher, but it's not very good, and it's a lot easier to just come in here and S-rank this sucker in like 2.5 minutes rather than wind all the way up through there. You can come back once you got your S rank. You can come back and take like 20 minutes and get all of your mission tasks and stuff far easier. So that's my suggestion. Is it saves you time in the long run to drop in, take out the anti-air radar, take out the anti-aircraft gunner. It'll shoot down your chopper when you come in. And go ahead and grab that invoice because it's right there in your face. We'll get as many invoices as we can on the way. That's the first of those. The second one's coming up in Mission 7, by the way. So shoot your way down till the chopper lands. Head straight for that archway. Slow down when you get to this corner. That's one guy. 2 guys. Head up this little ramp right here. Turn left. Drop down in this hole. Look for the resources. You might as well get them. You need them. And then belly crawl through this tunnel. Not the fastest way, but definitely the most direct way. I've gotten lost so many times here. So through this tunnel. Whew, that was close. It doesn't really matter. You could actually just sprint down here. Go in the first door to your left. Follow it around and go into the next door to your left. Pick up the rocket launcher. Head straight out. After the 2 cutscenes, head left to find the road and call your horse. Ride your horse up the road. When you get to the T here, take a right. And then hug the rocks until you extract from the chopper. So you should get the Beekeeper trophy. You should get 2 out of 6 mission requirements. Hopefully you got an S rank, which in this case we did. And this was also my first time checkpoint. This, in my practice run, I did this in exactly 1 hour. In my actual run, I did this in exactly 1 hour. So that's the first of your 59 hours. And we will be moving on shortly, but I just wanted to take a little break there and say congratulations. If you're doing it like I did, you've completed your first hour. You only got a few to go. Okay, so we finished mission 6. We went back for some more cutscenes. We ended up at Mother Base, took a shower, got picked back up, and now we're going to do side op number 51. So go ahead and drop in right here. Doesn't matter what you bring, as long as you bring a cardboard box. As soon as your chopper lands, get on your horse. Ride to this little incline right here in the gap between the rocks. Head up to the right like this until you can go up 1 level higher. On your left. And then circle back to the left, equip your cardboard box. Right where my marker is will be a wandering Mother Base soldier. As soon as he sees you, he will come over. As soon as he salutes you, choke him out. You can try to catch these guys a different way, but I do not advise it. I've chased them for 10 minutes before. So as soon as you choke them out, extract them. And as soon as the mission complete comes up, return to the ACC. Back in the ACC, we're going to do mission 7. We're going to pick the this northern one, not the northernmost, but the second one. We're going to drop in. Doesn't matter what time. Make sure you got your pistol. Okay, while you're in the chopper getting ready to land, go ahead and pull up your map. Put a waypoint right to the left of your horse. Right down here, somewhere in the middle of that town, and a little bit south of that. So that is B, C, and D. Your letters, of course, will be different. As soon as you get on your horse, head to the first waypoint and stop him right in the middle of the road. Find some kind of rock to hide behind and wait for the Jeep.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. The map has been updated.
Take out all 3 guys and make sure you extract all 3 guys. Call your horse and head south.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
First target extracted. Good. Now for the other 2.
And don't get too crazy there. There's a checkpoint or a guard post right there, so you want to head up to the left of that. Now ride all the way to your southern checkpoint. Do not go to the one in the town first. You can bypass the town on the right by sticking close to the rocks over here. Okay, once you get to your lower, most southern waypoint, go ahead and park your horse right in the middle of the road again. You can see the Jeep in the distance there. And do the exact same thing with these three fellas.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. The map has been updated.
And go ahead and extract all three of these as well. Make sure you do this non-lethal. There's a mission task for getting the 3 kernels extracted and the 4 escorts that are in there. Head north into the town. I suggest you do it on foot.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Target extraction arrived at another base.
And aim for this campfire right up here.
You have arrived at your destination.
If you are low on suppressor, sneak up on this guard right here. He should be by himself. And choke him out. And do not extract him just yet. Head up this way to the building with the blue light there. Shoot the kernel. Grab this blueprint.
Map has been updated.
And get used to those as well. They will be here in the open world as well, that you don't have to do them on missions. All right. And then get him out here, hopefully where no one can see him. Doesn't matter now. And extract him. Okay. And if you feel lucky, go ahead and extract this guy too. And then call your horse. And head this way, southeast, southwest. I'm not entirely sure. It's hard to tell in this map. All right. Stop your horse as soon as you get the notice. And you're done with mission 7. Once you get through the reward and the cutscenes, you'll be right back where you started on your horse. You want to ride right back into town. Go ahead and open your map and mark it if you're not sure where it is. I don't have this problem. I've played enough.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
When you get right here, hop off your horse. And head right up the right side of this road.
The security forces must know something about the targets. After you grab or hold up an enemy, try interrogating them.
Grab this invoice right here and then walk immediately behind. And and across to this little building right here. Grab the blueprint, and as soon as it says complete, return to ACC. Time for another round of cashing in rewards.
Ops list updated.
And developing weapons and items.
Added.
Okay, we're out of money. Head over to the mission list. We are going to skip mission 8 and 9 and do mission 10. There's only one insertion point. When you drop in, head to the orange or the yellow square. Head up the left-hand side until you can't go any further. You're aiming for this back corner of the building. And walk your horse all the way to the far edge. Right here. Make sure your tranquilizer is equipped. Go up 2 steps and turn around. Shoot that guy right there. Pick this guy up right here. And stay quiet this whole time if you can. There's lots of things happening around you, so take him right up here to this little area. Make sure it says 100% chance of extraction. And extract him. Grab the tape and the blueprint.
The prisoner you extracted knew where the target is. The target Malak was sent to a different outpost. I've sent the information to your map screen. You're gonna need more information to pinpoint a location.
And head out.
Map has been updated.
Make sure you hide on the left side of your horse and walk your horse all the way along these rocks. There's lots of guys down in there. And if you cause any kind of an alert during this stage, this mission gets, as Captain Anderson once said, a lot more complicated. And I think it's even worse because there's 2 dudes up on the left here. Okay, I don't know where they went. Okay.
Extraction arrived at another base. Enemy presence detected.
Head out along here.
Updated.
Stick to the lower level areas. The guy we want is up at a checkpoint right in there, but we cannot be seen by him or else they'll take off.
Enemy presence detected. The map
See, the Jeep and the escort is all right where we want it to be. Just keep walking.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
And then get on the road that they are traveling on. I'll show you on the map as soon as I get up here. I just didn't want to pause it because... All right, there's a bridge right here. You want to stop right at the front of this bridge. Park your horse right in the middle of the road. Or as middle as you can get him. And just to be on the safe side, you can also use a cardboard box. Because they'll come out and look at that too. And then hide over here.
Enemy presence
Okay.
detected. The map
And you want to get out your C4 and your tranquilizer pistol and take out everybody here. Okay, and then be real careful. You do not want this guy spotting you.
Your map has been updated.
Take out your C4. Once you get past the halfway point on these armored vehicles, you can get up and put all 4 of them right here. Head out this way. Blow it up. Alright. Not sure what happened to the dudes that I did, but that's okay. So we're going to call the chopper on our iDroid, just like he says. And we're actually right by it, so that makes it even easier. If you got a little time, throw him up on the back of your horse and jump on. It adds to D-Horse's affinity, which you definitely want. And then put him on the chopper. So we cleared our challenge task list. We're going to go to Mother Base Staff Management. And click R3 to auto-assign. All staff combat unit prioritized. Okay, go ahead and go into Mission 9.
Please select a mission.
Make sure you pick the northernmost insertion point. Make sure you have a rocket launcher as your second primary. Make sure you have the C4 as support weapons. And make sure you equip the Phantom Cigar in your items list. So as soon as you drop in, you are right next to a road. Go ahead and come down here. Park your horse right by this rock in the middle of the road. Good enough. And head up here where you can hide from the incoming tank. And have a seat for about 3 minutes, I think it takes, for the first tank to come down. While we're waiting, this gives me a chance to talk about a couple of things that are happening right off the bat. We got that prisoner in Mission 10. The reason we got that specific prisoner and not all the rest of them is that he is the transportation specialist. And he's basically, he's not the only one in the game, but he's the easiest one to get to. He allows you, once you get to the right level, to develop the vehicle Fulton, which means you will be allowed to extract tanks, armored vehicles, jeeps, all that stuff. That is of vital importance. It's also why we skipped Mission 8. It's really hard to blow up the 3 tanks in that mission. It's a lot easier to just extract them, and you're allowed to skip it, so you might as well. So that's why we got him. Make sure that extraction is successful, and that will allow you pretty quickly to get to the Fulton. There's a couple of development goals you have to hit still, but I just wanted to talk about that while we were waiting for this tank. Second of all, Malak, the guy who is the target in Mission 10, that guy that was in the Jeep, he is the only anesthesia specialist in the game. He allows you to develop a whole lot of non-lethal weapons, including the M2000 NL sniper, which is the only sniper in the game that is both non-lethal and has a silencer or a suppressor. So it's very important that you get him as early as possible, because a lot of those tranquilizer weapons are super effective, especially when you have to Fulton 1,000 enemies. Unfortunately, Malak comes to you sick, and you are not far enough in the game to have a sick bay, which means he's probably going to die. And you'll probably have to extract him again. It's fine. We have to do that mission again anyway. I just don't really like the gap in between there. On my run, I didn't pay attention to it. If you want to improve on it, I would suggest you keep an eye out for the first opportunity that you have a sick bay, and see, it might be right after this mission. I'll check and see if it will allow you to move him to the sick bay until he's cured, at which point you can put him on your R&D team. So that's what's happening next. Like I said, we were just waiting for this first tank. We're going to blow it up. He's going to stop for our horse, and we're going to throw a bunch. Oops. Okay. Well, we're going to throw one, and then switch to our rocket launcher, and he's done. So that's great. You only have to complete. You only have to kill one tank for this to count for this mission, and we're going to get a really bad rank on this mission, but trust me when I say you will have ample opportunity to S rank this later. So we're just going to run kind of over here, and hopefully we'll be far enough away from being spotted by anybody. We're going to use our Phantom Cigar and hope for the best. I think this is probably sufficient. So go ahead and pull out your Phantom Cigar. Use it so little I don't even know where it is. Okay. And you're going to hit left again when it gets down to like about 1 minute. Okay. Yep, perfect. And then you can go ahead and call your horse, and we're going to ride north out of this area. So another thing you may have noticed is that we got deployment missions available. We had a tutorial. Unfortunately, we don't have enough staff on our combat team yet to do a deployment mission. This is fine. It's going to slow you down a little bit, but messing around in the menu takes even longer. And we have to do a training tutorial combat deployment mission anyway. It takes like 5 minutes. So it's better to wait until it allows you to do that, and then it won't interrupt your key deployment missions. But if you looked at my overview, you know that when figuring out critical path, key deployment missions are one of the critical paths. So you definitely want to get doing that as quickly as possible. It may be the last thing you get on your run if you're really good at the rest of the gameplay. So don't mess around too much with those. You want that to be a primary focus. Anyway, you saw our bad score, and I stayed with you here instead of cutting out because we have been, this is the moment, the reason we got D-Dog when we did, because all those other cutscenes that have been bringing you back to the base now will not happen at the end of this mission. As a result, we finished the mission about 100 yards from where we need to be for the next story. So that saves us all kinds of cutscenes and everything. And you'll see that Ocelot is like, hey, this guy wants us to check things out. That's at the power plant. Here, I'll show you. I got time. See, it's all the way up here. And when you drop in to do this side mission, it'll put you all the way back here anyway. Anybody that's played this knows the reason, and the reason is coming up right now. As you go through this arch, you meet your best friend, Quiet. And rather than go back to Mother Base and wait for that whole thing and have to come back here, the way we structured this with the order that we did allows us to walk right into this next mission and saves like a good 5 minutes of loading screens and other messing around. So anyway, just thought I'd point that out. Okay, so this is the quiet mission. We're going to get all 4 mission tasks, and what that means is do not fire a weapon. Just look right up there at the tower. Go to the missions and fire support, or I'm sorry, supply drop, and drop ammo right on her head. Now, you will need to stand up from time to time to keep her interested. Otherwise, she'll go look for another place to get you. I like to do it once right after I call the supply drop. And then I like to do it one more time when the yellow number, which will be up here in a second, hits like 200 or so. And then I like to do it right at the end one more time just to make sure. On this difficulty, it will take 2 supply drops to kill her. So as soon as that comes up, just get an idea of where she's going. There's a few spots that are really a pain in the butt, but hopefully you won't have to worry about that. And I also want to catch this bird, or one of these birds if I can. So I'm just kind of marking them. Since I didn't see where she went at all, I figured I might as well get the birds. And unfortunately, I didn't see her really at all. Ah, there we go. Okay. Okay. So now that I found her, sometimes she's hard to find. You will drop another supply drop right on her head. Hopefully it didn't take too long.
Supplies requested. Supply drop complete.
Okay, and that got her. Once you see the 1, 2, 3 tasks, that's when you can start firing your weapon. And if you get this bird, that's great. Oof. What a shot. Wow. I'm glad I got that on tape. And it doesn't matter because I can't get him anyway. I don't think. Okay. This is the Oriental Stork, I believe, and it's the Mission 11 and the hard version of Mission 11 are the only places in the game that have it. Once you get that, head over to Quiet. And finish the mission. Okay, a couple of things real quick here. After that cutscene, you're going to end up on Mother Base. We're going to head over to the medical platform. While we're fast traveling, if you notice that last cutscene, I didn't include it in the tape, establishes a sick bay. If you want, I suggest you go into your staff management and manually go put Malak, he should be on your R&D team, into the sick bay. It says he's sick. If you don't, he's going to die. And in order to get your anesthesia stuff again, you are going to have to go and extract him again from Mission 10 now that you have a sick bay. I didn't do that on my actual run, and I want to stay true to that, so I'm not going to do it. But if you want to improve on my run, I suggest you go in right now to staff management and move Malak over there. Now, we headed over to the medical platform and went up the ladder, and we're gonna go right in here and hit this, and this is going to give us a scene with Paz. I'm not sure what her full name is. She's a character from Ground Zeroes. No, what is it called? Metal Gear Solid 5. I don't know. Anyway, Peace Walk. No, not Peace Walker. I don't know. She's from that one. Anyway, you want to come in here and you want to give her the photograph that you picked up. Now, you probably didn't notice it, but when I extracted that wandering Mother Base soldier with the cardboard box that saluted me, each one of those will give you a picture, and you have to come back and give these pictures to her. There's a trophy for doing all 10 and then picking up the last picture. As soon as you give it to her, you can get out. Normally, you'd call the chopper right away, but we're going to go ahead and knock out this side up too. Anyway, you want to stay hopefully ahead of her because you cannot quit to ACC from Mother Base. So you want to have a picture in your inventory as often as possible when you come here. That way you can just come over and give it to her and save like at least a couple of minutes every time. Anyway, the first time you do this, go ahead and drop down and we'll do our first target practice. Basically, just start it right up. Most of these are really easy. One of them's real hard. You get 5 whole minutes, and you can get, I think, everyone in this one from where you start. Okay, and that is 35.
Side off. Side ops list updated.
Go ahead and call your chopper. And go ahead and take a shower. While you're waiting, go in here and clear out your challenge task list again. I know it's tedious, but you get A-rank people, and you need your combat to go up right now.
Side ops list.
And when you get to your ACC from that mother base, you will now get the combat deployment check. That's why we upgraded our staff, so now we have enough people. And it's going to send us on a 6-minute deployment mission. Just go ahead and do it. You can start, if you get in there quick enough, you can start the first key deployment mission before this. But for 6 minutes, it's not even worth it.
Please select a mission.
Next up, head in to your side op list and go to make contact with Emmerich. Go ahead and drop in right here. So when you drop in, go ahead and put a marker on the map up here at the power plant and make sure you take a left when you, when you get to that area up there. Okay, when you get to the mission, I prefer to head up the left side. The videos, the tutorials I've seen have you going up the right. I'm not entirely sure why.
Beyond the gate at the northern edge of the facility. We have no idea what he's doing back there. Let's go find out.
If you flop, you can kind of make your way all the way up here. There's only about 3 guys on this side. And I don't know. I found it to be a lot safer than trying to go up the building on the other. You see that one guy right there. Does he have a riot helmet already? Oh, he doesn't. Okay, I'm just crazy. All right. Anyway, we're not trying to extract anybody at the moment because, again, we want to be as stealthy as possible getting up here. It's actually more for a time management thing than anything. All right, I know I just said that, but I'm going to do it anyway. It's more for a time management thing. If you get to this door and there's an alert, then you got to kill almost everybody or wait for the alert to go off. So it pays to be a little stealthy.
He's coming too. Roger that.
That's the guy that I'm worried about right there. It looks like he's going the other way. And it looks like somebody else got a flashlight out, so, you know. But again, see how we're flopping? Works really good. Also, I'm going to be a little bit cheeky because I heard the sound. See, the VIP was successful. We're in the middle of it, and we're going to stop and do a combat deployment mission. That's how important these are, that it is totally worth risking this. So you want to go in and get that going. That's number 1. And I usually fill, if I have enough to fill the rest of these, I try to get rid of them. We'll get more into that later, though. Okay. So you just touch this, and that's the end of that side op. It thrusts you into mission 12.
Extraction arrived at
As soon as the cutscene ends, you want to run straight back to the door that you opened to start the mission.
Emmerich, the weapon system that
And you can, if you want, completely run out of here and cause all kinds of ruckus. As long as you get out alive, you're fine. I'm going to be a little stealthier this time. Just only a little, though.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us. Boss, get down. That's an enemy gunship.
And we have started the ruckus, so we're just going to go.
Sneak past enemies.
Okay. All right. And then just start running. You're headed for the yellow square, by the way, and we're just attempting to do this on just sheer speed alone to S rank this. So the gunship won't bother us anymore. Just make your way to the yellow square. Okay, so once you come in, you want to look for that building, that tower up there, the big radar tower, and then come down right here along these pipes. There will be a guy over there, but he'll never see you. Again, use your flop as necessary. There are a couple of people that walk up here and kind of patrol down this area, so definitely keep your tranq pistol handy. Hopefully you didn't burn too many rounds getting out of here. And head right under this bridge. Again, flopping is best. You're only vulnerable as you're standing, that little bit that you're standing. On the other side of the bridge, continue to head towards here. See that little hole in the bunker right there? That's where you want to be heading. And I caused a bit of an alert on the way in, so that's what they're chatting about. But, you know, you can totally get in here without alerting anyone if you ride your horse correctly. I always just found the guys guarding that little container right there really difficult to get past quietly. But anyway, keep flopping over here. You're headed for this blue building. There's an open door right there. There are guards that patrol here, so kind of be careful of your surroundings. There's one fella right here. You can just walk right up and put one in him. If you want, this is the poster that gets you the optional task, so you can grab it. It's right inside the door there. I don't see why not. And then continue to head this way. Flop if you need to. Stick to the back in the grass here. You're headed to that door with the blue light on top of it. You don't want to tango with the walker gear, not in this state. So just crawl and flop. If he sees you, that's okay. He'll come out and investigate, and you can put a hurting on him. Well, someone slightly better than me could put a hurting on him. But I figured I didn't use a lot of ammo yet, so I might as well. Okay, and now you're in here. Go ahead and pick up Hal, or whatever. Whatever. Huey, sorry. Same voice actor, you know. And you can get out of here with this guy if you want, but I prefer a different route. So come past the AI pod again. Go out here and drop into a crouch as you leave the building. You don't know what you're getting into over here. Like, there's a guy right there. I don't even know how he didn't see me. Anyway, head very carefully over this way. When you feel safe, you can run along the dark area here. Okay.
Working with Cypher.
I had no idea. I thought the inspection was real. I swear it.
And then just keep walking along this road to the left of this bunker. You can run when you get past here for the moment, but don't get too cute. You see somebody walking along there, that's going to be probably an issue.
Made me do research for them. That's right. Creating bipedal weapons. 9 long years. Forced to do whatever they said.
This is Pequot. Have arrived at LZ. Will stand by.
I don't know.
Support helicopter has arrived.
Okay. I just put 3 in him because he was very close to spotting me, so... And I'm pretty sure he had a helmet by now, which is a bummer. That's something to talk about while we're walking Huey out. I don't really want to cut to it because I want you to be able to see the path. This is a pretty safe path. One of the objectives is getting him extracted without him taking damage. And it's more difficult than you would think to do that. So just to keep that in mind. So make sure you kill that guy to avoid any unwanted attention. And then I think you can just run. I think he's the only guy that shoots at you. Okay. So that's fun, right? Now comes the really fun part. Getting out of here without him taking damage. This is probably the first really difficult thing in the game, actually, and you could fail this pretty easily. First thing you want to do is sprint right past the guy and start calling your horse. And this gets really difficult because you need to stop to get him on the horse and yourself. And of course, Metal Gear is bearing down on you. Right? Okay, yep, see? That's a problem.
Don't get away from that thing. It'll bring down the chopper. Give it the slip somehow. Stay behind cover as you move.
So, and don't even mess around with that LZ. You can't extract there. I'm not sure if I got out with Huey intact or not. We'll find out. So just zigzag around here. When you get to this little lit up area with the tent, stop right here. Call your chopper.
Please landing zone confirmed.
And when he says you're not out of the woods yet, that means you're out of the woods.
Boss, hide.
Support helicopter has arrived.
And it is really tricky to get in here without that dude seeing you, so... So do the best you can.
Don't waste any time getting on board. And don't forget Emmerich.
And as soon as you hit triangle, that part of the mission is done. You're not quite done yet. You're going to have to actually shoot down Metal Gear too, but...
Here it comes.
Departing.
Use the chopper's miniguns. Shake 'em all.
As long as you get about 3 of these, you should be fine. And then when it goes to slow motion, just aim for his head. And you're done. Okay, so once you finish mission 12, there's a little bit of maintenance we have to do, and then I think I'll probably cut the video here. But in the meantime, so in the mission list, on my actual speed run, I was able to extract Dr. Emmerich without him taking damage. You see that 4th task down there. We didn't get it on this time. I did a bad job with the horse. Normally, you'd be expected to get that. You're going to do this mission again. When you do, you can reset checkpoints. So if he takes any damage, just hit the select button and go back to the checkpoint, and you will get it without any problem. It will be after you get the other 2 tasks anyway, so we just have to complete that. Only add like 5 minutes. Not a big deal. Before we do that, though, there's a couple of critical steps we got to take. First of all, our combat deployment came back, and we succeeded, so we need to get the second one going. Again, remember, there's 20 of these, and they might be the last thing you get done. I know it doesn't look like much right now, 14 minutes here, 10 minutes there, but it gets to be more. Now, the next thing is that this game has adaptive AI, and these missions down here is what that looks like. So you see they now have surveillance cameras and they have flashlights. If you do a lot of missions at night, they'll get night vision goggles. If you get a lot of headshots, they'll start wearing helmets. If you shoot them with assault weapons, they'll get shields and body armor and all that stuff. And the way you get that reset back to regular enemies is by sending your team out on these missions. At the moment, we still don't have sufficient staff, but every time I come in here, if the main key deployment mission is not about to end, I send the rest of my staff out on these, and I prioritize whichever things hurt me the most, which are shotguns and helmets, basically. That's my 2. Shotguns will knock you on your butt and kill you real quick and stagger you. And helmets will not allow you to trank everybody in the head, which, as you notice, I like doing a lot. It's real efficient. It doesn't cause a ruckus. Anyway, that's that. We're going to go and clear our rewards right here. So just go in and get this and make this a habit. See, we get all this staff, like 7 different staff and all kinds of stuff. And I like to do this in a certain order, because then we're going to clear any challenges and get even more staff and a bunch of fuel, by the way. That's nice. The sneaking suit just popped up. The cargo 2 just popped up. That's what we want right there. So we're gonna go ahead and go into development. Nah, I'm gonna check my deployment again. We just picked up a bunch of staff and increased our thing. We might be able to send them out and at least get rid of flashlights.
Please select a mission.
Yeah. Okay. So now we're good enough that we can get going on that. I'm glad I stopped right here to talk about this. Okay. So now into the development. I'm not even going to mess with these guns just yet. We're going to go down here to Cargo Plus 2. If you look, it requires that you be at R&D level 18 and support unit level 16. And see the transportation specialist? That's the guy from mission 10 that we needed. The reason we got this, and we're going to start developing it right now, it's the most important thing right now, is that when we get to mission 15, which is coming up pretty quick, we're going to have to extract walker gears, and you need this particular thing to be able to do it. You can blow them up, but then you have to go and do the mission again. We're going to get all the tasks in one shot. Sneaking suit is also an absolute must, so go ahead and develop that. And then again, just anything that you can get your hands on that you have resources for. We got about 1.2 million right now. So stun grenades are fine. Like I said, anything less than 1,000, you're going to eventually end up developing anyway, so you might as well. But again, this is not great. It's kind of a pain in the butt. But you got to do 300 of them, so I'd take it down to about 100,000 and then go ahead and pop back out. Again, there's buddy equipment, helicopter, and eventually some security stuff. You want to develop those too, if you can. And that's pretty much all I've got. If you look real quick, we finished, I don't know, 4 or 5 side ops, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 maybe. Not too bad. I would love to get more Wandering Mother Base soldiers, but we need that cargo thing first. And then we've got our missions. We've pretty much S-ranked everything except mission 9 so far, and we skipped 8 entirely. So this is a good stopping point because 13 is when you get into the new map, which is Africa. But yeah, that's going to be it, I think, for this video. And we'll come back and do some more on the next one. In the meantime, stay bad, people. Non-gone is gone.